Go ahead. Don't really have much of an opinion. I felt more connected to Marcus. I appreciated his openness and I understood why he wasn't our full-time leader. He had a family to raise. Matari prefers working behind the scenes and wants to get away from a centralized leadership. Yet all the young sirens are in love with her. Strange, isn't it? Loving someone you hardly ever see. I wish he was still alive so he can see the end of the enemy that has been hurting his family for generations. When the last Purity member falls, I will be thinking of him. Until next time.
These texts provide very little information about treating Helljoint. These sirens came in from an attack on their outpost in the west. Some of them have contracted diseases after wandering back to the palace wounded. Certainly. I'm not a medic or a healer, so any form of assistance would be most appreciated.
Is there something you need? I don't know what to say. All I know is that I feel disgusted by what happened. Yet, what can I do? An order is an order, and we must respect command.
Finally! We've been standing here all day practicing. What? She's dead? Oh. Scratch one siren and ship her home. I did not. Alarai was pretty good for a siren mage. Why would I send her to her grave on purpose? Every siren counts in this war, you know. But you know what's funny? She was living the sirens anyway, so in the end, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. There is no such thing as a future for a siren that leaves the Order. Their place is here with the rest of us. If she left, she would have come crawling back. Blah blah blah. For such a cute guy, you talk too much. Okay, so don't be embarrassed, just say yes or no. Have you read The Last Yorgonian Maid? Have you? Great, so I don't have to give you all the details. What we're going to do is reenact The Last Yorgonian Maid for one very lucky man, Crantis Colto. Well, not the real Crantis, he's just a fictional character. The man we're performing for is a huge fan of the play. So much of a fan that he changed his name to Crantis. Crantis just so happens to be a top Purity commander. Why not kill two birds with one stone? We have fun and hit Purity where it hurts, literally. The titular maid does her thing, and right when Crantis isn't expecting it, wham! Think you can handle it, Grace?
Yes, mistress. I am happy to serve.
Are you in character or out? It's so hard to tell with you. All that's missing now is your outfit. Close your eyes, Commander. Now, if that's not Crass's curious definition of lifts her tail, then I don't know what is. Grace, you look amazing.
Why, thank you, mistress. It was so kind of the Golden Maidens to provide us such a wonderful outfit.
Yuck, smells like them too. Remind me to tell them to stop bathing in snowberry perfume. Now that you're looking the part, it's time to venture to his cottage, southeast of Markarth and east of Dushnichial. The pervert has hauled himself up and is waiting for Purity to call him back into the service. You know the drill, lifts her tail. Act all submissive, lower his guard, and slice him up. Mission success.
Yes, ma'am. The master will not lay another hand on me.
Hey, you're welcome to give him a happy ending. But if you insist. As for you, Commander, we'll talk some more once we get there, since I know you're dying to ask questions, like always. We'll meet outside his cottage. No rush. I'll find some way to entertain myself while I wait. I have a sexy maid with me after all. We're here. Oh, lifts her tail. Remember to say hi to your master for me, right when you break his heart. Look at her wag that tail. Crantis better treat her right. So, we're alone, just the way I like it. That's between the two of us. I can tell you one thing. Don't be surprised if she stays in there quite a while. Interrogations are boring. Besides, we already know everything there is to know. Not really. All that matters is the location of Purity's headquarters. Maybe we found out where it is. Maybe Matari has something to say after Pazarath is retaken. Who knows? But enough about that. Let's talk about you. So why do you think I brought you here? You have no role in this mission. Do you think you're only here so I can admire your beauty? Nailed it. You're a hard person to get a hold of, Commander. Always running around doing missions for little pay. What you need is a vacation with me. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I've been curious about something. When you first came here, you hardly knew what the whole war was about. You were with that one girl, Kasia. So, are you two friends? Enemies? Lovers? Or someone that you have fun with on the side? So, does that mean you're... I guess this isn't a date then after all. I assume the best, but it doesn't matter. You'll be mine someday, Commander. Soon you'll be on my bed with only one thing to say. Freya. Fine. Hey, look. Grant is expecting visitors. That's not according to plan. Hi, Robes. You waiting for Crantius too?
Yes. He's not home?
Oh, he's home. He's just busy entertaining a guest. Those women must cost him a fortune, huh?
Oh, how foul. Krant. Wait a minute. It's you. Stendar above, grant me the strength to vanquish this nemesis.
You're a jumpy one. Come on, let's dance. Sorry about that. Now, where were we? Probably because you're old friends of Crantius. I'll get to the point. Me and Crantius were together for a month. It wasn't serious, but... I guess that's out of the bag. Okay, maybe he wasn't Purity, but you know what? He was pretty bad. So bad that the Vigilance kicked him out for blasphemy and lewd misconduct. The things he did to me. Let's hope Stendar wasn't watching. We stopped seeing each other. He started seeing other women. And I got jealous. Technically, it's not personal when Matari grants you permission to use Siren assets. You and Grace. Like I said, you needed a vacation. Fighting purity gets dull if that's all you plan on doing while working with the sirens. Hey, looks like she's finished. Now excuse me while I bring down his house. That's the end of that for my old flame. Get it? Like what? Enjoy it because I'm bored, Commander. I want to see this dull world brought to life. And frankly, I love seeing wholesome things run through the mud. There is nothing more innocent than a maid. So if they can fall as far as to become the playthings of a sexual deviant like Crantius, that's all the entertainment I need. What do you think? You're just figuring that out. Now, are we done making the subject deeper than it needs to be? It's just what I like to call fun. That's the plan. Oh, you'll need to go see Matari. She wants to talk to you about the upcoming battle. Hope you don't intrude on her during one of her meetings. Her golden maidens. You don't think they go into her meditation chamber just to talk, do you? You seriously cannot be that naive. I know the leader and the golden maidens better than anyone else. But let's not judge them based on their hobbies. They're mine too. Go if you're so impatient. Grace and I walk at our own pace to enjoy the scenery and admire the suffering. Like old Crantis in there.
It is finished, then. I sensed the man known as Crantius Coulter was no longer among the living. It has already begun. I have relieved Trisha of her duty as battlemaster. Her strategy consisted of sending a large force to retake Pazarath. That will no longer be necessary. Instead, I am sending 3 strike teams to enter the fort from 2 different locations. The first team is yours, and the same that accompanied you to retrieve the intelligence reports. The second consists of highly trained sirens that I hope to leave permanently stationed at the fort after it is retaken. The third team may be of interest to you. It is composed of 2 sirens, Kalisa and her newest student, Kaja. That is for me to decide. Kaja has shown some promise in the time you have been gone. She is far from a true warrior, but her hastened assimilation into our ranks requires her to experience battle firsthand, to truly appreciate our teachings. During her trial at Pazarath, she will be guided and protected by Kalissa, one of our more capable warriors. She will give her life to save Kaja if need be. May I ask why you show extreme concern over Kaja's well-being, when you have shown nothing short of genuine disinterest? Do you? Then perhaps I have misjudged your actions. I have ordered that she take a personal leave until this mission is complete. Given her protests and anger, I'm afraid she will not be coming back. It is unfortunate, that the best strategist this order has ever known will be the first to leave the Sirens. Her behavior was unusual but predictable, given the attachment to her job and to this order's oath to protect the Pinder family. Our scouts report that she was last seen crossing the border into Cyrodiil, perhaps to return to her old home in Bruma. The Sirens have been preparing for days. I did not want to concern you with any matters you would have found mundane, such as gathering supplies and escorting our strike forces. Yes, with 2 other teams assisting you, this mission will be less troublesome than you may be accustomed to on your spare time. Trisha's plan would have cost us many Sirens to achieve victory. We need not take such risks. However, the threat to my Sirens is still there. Your strength is that of 100 warriors. You are their replacement, and as such you will be the Sirens' guardian during this battle. The majority will be heroes of Nirn as usual, along with several Project Purity assassins. You will most likely encounter a new enemy there as well. Project Purity Vanguards. These Vanguards are altered beasts that were once man. Their armors have fused with their skin. Expect them to be wielders of both magic and sword. Aside from their soldiers, you should expect a high-ranking Purity officer at Pazarath, Vincentius. He is an old, frightened man that should easily be disposed of if you are the first to encounter him. Also, if your reports of the incident near Snowvale Sanctum are true, then you should expect Bosca to be guarding Vincentius. If I may ask, how did you allow Bosca to escape your encounter? That is understandable. Hope that it does not occur again. Killing Bosca now would guarantee the destabilization of the heroes and destroy Purity's greatest weapon. There is one last thing you should know before I allow you to leave for Pazarath. Something very important that you must heed. There is a grotto atop Fort Pazarath. Vincentius will surely be near that area, given its symbolic importance to Purity. In that grotto is a shrine dedicated to a spirit that perished there 200 years ago, fighting an infant version of Purity. The spirit is a master of deceit. Her trickery has no bounds. She is a being that has no place in this world. She calls herself Serenity. That is true, but she follows the agenda of a caste of hypocrites and maniacs that make the Daedric Lord Sheogorath's realm seem tame in comparison. Serenity's master was a malevolent goddess. Her realm is shunned by all who have had the misfortune of meeting her. Even now, the anomalies that she carelessly unleashed upon the world during the Oblivion Crisis linger to this day. Thankfully, they are contained within Cyrodiil and pose us no inconvenience. The Pinder family has encountered her clan periodically throughout the years. Her interfering presence has only diminished with Marcus's birth. Marcus was wise in keeping Serenity's true nature a secret from the rest of the Sirens. The grotto was normally sanctioned off for security purposes when we still controlled it. The Sirens would not have been comfortable knowing that the being of love and peace, as they were led to believe, was actually a vengeful spirit guarding their roof. All of that should be reason enough for you, Commander, to not believe in Serenity's lies, no matter how shocking or appealing they may be to believe. It is time for you to go. The Golden Maidens and I will continue our battle meditation, so our concentrated energy may flow through your sirens during combat. The fall of Fort Pazarath will mark the beginning of the end for Project Purity. When you return victoriously, I will make my long-awaited speech to all of Serenity's sirens in the armory. Now go and fight with honor. I will be watching over you